Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to play a little bit. I'm going to make some almond milk. Usually I buy my almond milk. I ran out. I knew I had some almonds, some raw almonds down in the freezer, so I pulled some out. I threw them into a cup to soak overnight. That will be this conversation. So these are the soaked almonds. I put 1 cup of almonds in with 2 cups of water overnight. You can see how much the almonds plumped up, so make sure you have plenty of water. Drain them out, and now we're ready to go. Almond milk really only needs 2 ingredients. Your almonds, pre-soaked overnight, and water. So I'm using about 5 cups of water. If you want yours a little thinner, you can do less, you can do more, whatever you would like. Oh, yep, that's barely gonna fit. I should have used the bigger one of these. The nice thing about almond milk is then you get to play once you have your basic. A little bit of vanilla, you can add sugar. I do more honey. I buy honey in big 4-gallon jugs, so I have to put it into smaller containers. You can add some cacao nibs to make some chocolate milk. Today we're going to play with lavender. And we're going to make up some lavender almond milk. So here I have 2 different kinds. I have the Fulgate, which is your more blue, your traditional. And then I have Melissa, which is very white. So these you would add at the end, so we'll put those aside. If you want any of this other, you add it now. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a dash of vanilla. And this is when you'd add your sugar, your cacao, or anything else you want to add. Do that now. Once you're done with this, in the fridge you should get this 4 to 5 days. If you're not going to use it up, maybe cook with it. I cook a lot and bake a lot with the almond milk, so this will not last us very long. That's done. We're going to get it onto the blender.
That was very noisy.
All right. All right. Now we're going to strain
Oh my goodness.
all of this out. I'm going to strain it. I'm just using a big colander. A lot of times folks will use... Okay, brain dump.
Uh-oh. The almonds decide to stick in there instead.
And that's okay, because we will take those out and we will utilize the mash for something later.
Why?
Because I don't want to throw all those almonds away.
My
So we can cook with these later on. So depending on your blader, so depending on your blender, mine does not do a really, really fine job. It's still a little coarse, but I like that when I'm ready to bake something. I'll throw this in some baked goods. Ooh, maybe I'll add this to the brownies we're going to make later. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
My face
So
looks yummy.
stirring that out. And if you're using cheesecloth, you just squeeze until all that juice comes out.
Kind of like a humidity box.
How's that like a humidity box?
Because when you have to squeeze all the moss to get the moss wet, and you can't.
Okay, I understand. All right. So this is the point where you're going to add your lavender. I'm going to do the Melissa today. I'm going to give that a try and see how it comes out. They're very different flavors, so if you can get a hold of different kinds of lavender, do play with it. We're going to stir this in, and then we're going to let this sit for a few hours, and then strain the lavender buds out. And then you will be all ready to go. Have a sip at night. I actually have another recipe we're going to play with here in a little bit. All right, so this is the pulp you get after you strain it all out. I mentioned earlier that you could use this in your brownies. So we're probably going to play. I'm about to make some brownies, which you'll see in a video later on. You could add this to your smoothies. You could put this in pancakes. What other ideas do you have, Wyatt? What else could they do with this pulp?
I don't know.
What else do you like to eat? You could add it to granola.
Yeah.
When you're making your granola, this would be good in there. I have a tendency to make too big of a chunks, so this would probably be really good in my granola. If you're not gonna get to use it all up, you can freeze it and then pull it up and utilize it later. So don't just throw this away. I know it's an easy thing to do, but it's still really usable and it adds. And it's this, because of my blender, this is still pretty crunchy. So this will go really nicely in these brownies as an additional. And since we're baking it and these were raw, that will actually add out. And once you've strained out the lavender, pour yourself a glass, have some in the evening before bed. Or if you've added the cocoa, have it for breakfast. And enjoy your fresh almond milk. That way you also know what's gone in it. That's kind of my biggest thing. Thanks for watching. Watch them. We've got more recipes coming, so hit subscribe so you can see what's coming out.